What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. This is Bill, back with my man Alan. We are the beast from the east with the least.
Research. What happened to all the rest?
I did that. I just fucked it all up. Nah, I was gonna try to catch you off guard, but I just went backwards. We're at a Bridge and Tunnel Connect. Nolan Hash, and of course the beast from the east.
With the least
research. So, right off the jump, just want to say we are going to do next week's show at 10 a.m. Eastern. Early show, we apologize, but kind of a last minute thing. Basically for me, I got something going with the family. It's Easter, so I got two little nieces, so for their sake, I'm gonna go and hang with them and the family a little bit, early afternoon into dinner and whatnot. So, kind of, me and Alan came up with a quick solution, and who knows? It may not be the longest episode, but it'll be early, and we'll at least put something out. I don't believe we've missed a week yet, so I really don't want to miss a week. I know Alan's a little busy Sunday, but he's helping out there. Doing this, so doing an early one just to keep the streak going, and we're almost at a year, so I didn't really want to miss one. Maybe down the line we'll miss one, but our first year, 52 straight weeks, I kind of wanted to hit that. So, appreciate that, Alan.
Sure.
And as always, like, share, subscribe. Please hit the thumb button right now. If you're listening, hit the thumb button. If you're watching us live, hit the thumb button. If you're watching this video after it's already aired on YouTube, hit the thumb button. Hit the share, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Do it all. Let's go. We need 25 likes. We need 25 likes on this video. All right? We fell short the last 2 weeks of getting 25 likes, so let's get 25 likes this week. All right? Now, I say this because we average about 14 to 16. Our high was 23, and we were hoping to beat 20. What was it, 23 or 24?
It was 23, I believe.
23, yeah. So, we're hoping to beat it with 24. Most of our listening comes from the podcast, so that's cool. So, yeah, we have shitty YouTube numbers, but screw you. As always, uncensoredalliance.com. You find everything we do there. Twitter, AEW Uncensored. I don't know why I keep saying this. I might as well just black it out on our splash screen because, I do not use Twitter anymore. AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com is our email. Send us messages. Come on. We got to hear from you guys. I'm tired of all these spams for all the shit that I've signed up for having to do with the podcast. I want to hear from you, the listener. All right? So let's hear some questions, comments, statements, whatever. Things that we've discussed that, you disagree with, agree with. Things like that. Just want to hear your opinions, man. It's kind of like, I know when I listen to podcasts and they're talking about something and I see like, nah, you're not looking at it a certain way. Maybe look at it this way. And I like to have that different angle. It's why I like having a live chat here with everybody and such. AEW Uncensored Podcast on Facebook. Throw it in the search bar. Like the page. Join the group. We are on all third-party podcast applications. We are also on Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, and iTunes. Please, on iTunes, write us a review. Thank you very much for that. I know I say write us good or bad. It doesn't matter. I guess it really doesn't. So if you don't like us, just fucking give us a review. Fuck you too. All right? Hey, listen. I'll be honest with you. We got one bad review up there. And, I mean, they literally gave us a 1. And they actually went out of their way to give us a 1. We have people who listen to us every week, won't even fucking go show us love and give us a 4 or 5 or whatever, So what's that tell you, right? The haters listen longer. So he's probably still listening to this, crying about something. So, and as always, last but not least, join us on Skype. That's how you'll be able to join the show as a call-in. So that link's in the description of the podcast and the YouTube channel. So send me a link. Naj just hit us up this week, so he's now in the chat there. So just so you know, we have a chat on Skype, which is how we'll bring guests onto the show. It's also like for the AEW Uncensored family crew, but the chat we mostly talk about during the show is the live chat on YouTube. So that's where all the action is during the show. So let's get going. Apparently Alan had some laughing going on, so I'm guessing the chat was popping. So let's look at the chat first. I mean, what's up, John? John always starting us off with a good afternoon. So hope you're enjoying your time at work, John. Actually, I know you're probably not, and you want to fucking go home. So hopefully we can make it a little better by chit-chatting here with you. And so shout out to you as always. Simon, I thought I was late. Yeah, I know. What, 3 minutes late, man. I started the show. I won't get into what I had to do. So let's see. Jimmy, nope, still early. I guess because they're talking about their, was that the daylight savings over there? There's a delay in your mom's dinner making, Alan. What's for dinner today,
Chicken,
Alan?
not ziti. I see Lost Soul already posted ziti, but yeah, chicken is arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo.
Right.
Oh my God! Simon said he almost gave a thumbs down for the lateness. 3 minutes, bro. And we left you with the splash screen. We started the show. We just, sometimes things happen. Jimmy won't be around apparently next week. I'm guessing that's what that means. Jimmy says, in the words of Chappelle's Rick James, I wish I had more hands so I could give it more thumbs down. What will you provide to the HWO if we get over 20 likes again, lads? That's from Simon. Listen, if we get 30 likes, all right, 30 likes, you guys can take over the show. We will be here, but you can take over the show. We'll pick a day in the future. So if this, we'll be here, but we will kind of take a back seat. Maybe, maybe interject if you guys want us to, but we'll let you guys take over the show. We will be here just to fucking make sure you monkeys don't, throw your shit at the humans. And so if we get 30 likes on this video, what episode is this?
It's 48.
It's 47? 48? All right. Episode 48 gets 30 likes within 1 week. You guys can take over.
I was going to say, that could be the big 50th episode. Because 49 is going to be Easter, so like you said, it's going to be a little bit of a wash. But like 50 can be the big takeover episode then.
Okay, and then we got 2 more, and then 52 will be the full year for us. I don't. We gonna do anything special, or are we just gonna fucking have a regular show?
I don't know. I have to think about that.
Maybe we could just talk. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Maybe it'll just be basic show. I don't like all these specials and shit. You start getting in. I was thinking about like doing a year-end in review type deal or a year-end awards, but I'm like, I don't know, man. My memory sucks so bad. I won't even remember half the shit.
We could give awards to the people in the chat.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. We'll do yearly awards from now on. So, okay. Maybe January 2022 we'll do a listener awards. Let's see what else I got in the chat. Anything good? Jimmy says Bill gets emails from 2 girls, 1 cup. 2 stings, 1 cup is what Big Dub says. Simon says that's 2 girls more than has ever messaged him before. Let's see. Have you been reviewing them again? What is he talking about? All right. I don't know. Let me see. Anything else good that you were reading?
Mom did not go south of the border, no. Russell con pollo is a common dish that's actually also served here up east and up north.
Yeah, he's just using
the
Latin phrasing for it.
That's not me laughing.
I know. I love how it's sparking you. Arroz con pollo. Oh my god! I love how it's your dad. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, that's Dad.
Simon says last week's show was good as any Joe Rogan show. That's funny. I was a listener of Joe Rogan. The problem with listening to anybody over a long period of time is they get very repetitive, and you start to find their things, and sometimes those things just start to annoy you. You know.
Yeah.
And that's with Rogan. I've listened to probably 1,000 Rogan episodes, and I'm just like, oh, shut up about cordyceps mushrooms, and shut up about fucking, gorillas, that type of shit. So sometimes you just need a break. But since he's been on Spotify, I kind of haven't even went out of my way to listen to his stuff.
Yeah.
But it's giving me a little break. Maybe I'll appreciate it more when I finally decide to go and listen to some episodes. But yeah, I like Rogan. But like I said, with anything, he fucking drives me nuts. You hear the same thing too often, So it's like with anything, anything gets too repetitive, you want to fucking choke somebody. And I guess when you're talking, a guy does like 2, 3, 4 episodes a week. I mean, he's gonna repeat himself pretty damn frequently.
There's a lot of repetition, a lot of the on-air personalities. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it with the chat, man. Yeah, Big Dub says, don't forget my DMT. So that's enough for the chat for now. We'll let you guys fucking yabba dabba do. And so, any miscellaneous from you?
The only thing I really have that I found very odd is, I'm sure you saw that they're announcing that Red Velvet is now All Elite. She's been on almost since the very beginning, every single show. How is it now that she's officially signed? That did not make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, that's weird. I honestly didn't even see
it. It was announced earlier this week. Like they made a big deal about it. They're saying she officially signed a contract. They had the whole All Elite graphic. But it didn't make any sense to me because it doesn't feel like she's been on loan in any way.
And that was through the official channels
of
AEW?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Very weird.
They've had people that have been there for a while now, and they it's like Sean Dean just became all. I know she's done more than Sean Dean. So I get your point there, but who knows? Who knows what their thinking is? Do you have any dark elevation or dark back door or dark at night or dark?
No, I
toilet paper.
I do continue to have them on in the background while I'm working. And again, nothing changed from last week. Each show is a clone of itself. And granted, some of the matches I guess are all right, but it's nothing really to write home about from a storytelling perspective. It's like it's not necessary to really watch.
So they were basically 2 jobber shows.
Yeah,
again.
Pretty much.
Okay. Because I usually do watch, like put on Dark, but I haven't in a few weeks, and I haven't even watched Elevation yet.
The one thing I will say,
I was disappointed.
I will say this, and I'm sorry, I should have made mention of this. They did have Allie as the bunny wrestling Jasmine Allure, and I think she's also wrestling on Monday, so she's finally back in the thick of things, which we'll talk about with Dynamite too. So whatever kind of hiatus that she's been on, they're finally removing that. So that's been a long time coming.
So real quick, I have to address this. Simon says she's damn way more sexy than Jade. If you're talking Red Velvet, bro, you're out your fucking mind. You're out of your goddamn mind, bro. Anyway.
They're kind of apples and oranges, the two of them. It's hard to do a comparison. Jade's like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying Red Velvet she don't look good, but I'm just saying. Jade could fucking powerbomb me any day. All right, I'm fucking weaseling into creep territory. Wrestling fan creep territory.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're at 12 likes already.
All right.
12 likes, 18 to go.
12 likes. Man, this shit just started,
Yep.
huh? All right. So, yeah, I just was wondering if there was anything significant.
I mean, outside of Ali being in there, nothing that I really took notes about that I thought was useful.
All right. So, let's get on to the main show.
Yep.
We had Seidel versus Omega open up. Interesting that the champs opened up. I get it, though.
But it's non-title, so I guess for non-title, that's a sensible opening if it's not going to be for the.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, you want to grab the attention, and you know these two guys can both go.
Yeah.
So, the match was great. I mean, for me, one of the highlights was when Seidel was on the top rope and Kenny gave him the V trigger up.
Yeah.
There. I really thought that was great. But you know, I just felt it was a great start to the show. There's nothing much you could say about the match except, you know, both guys showed out. You kind of knew it, you know. While I'm not a big fan of Seidel, you know he could wrestle, you know. He's been around a while, so he's pretty clean in the ring. And yeah, Kenny's Kenny. Kenny, you know, people go, oh, Kenny lost his step. I see people say, oh, it looks like Kenny lost a step. It looks like this. And Kenny's that. And I'm trying to think, like, I didn't watch a ton of him in New Japan, but I did watch some of the big match, Okada and stuff. And, you know, okay, people got to understand, Kenny's doing a 15-minute weekly serial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing every 3 to 6 month 1 hour matches. You know what I mean? People need to kind of fucking quell their expectation of, you know, I'm sorry, but every time Kenny's in the ring, Kenny's fucking showing out.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. Whether it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, he's doing his thing and he's looking good doing it. All right? So, you know, for people to expect Kenny to full blast in a 15-minute match, yeah, like, okay, that's what Rey Fenix is for.
Yeah.
I like a guy that's a world champion doing more than just non-stop action. You know what I mean? Like I want to see some in-ring storytelling without the wrestling. You know, Ric Flair wasn't in there bell to bell just doing shit. You know, like he was doing Ric Flair shit. You know, so anybody that's saying all that, like, you got to take into consideration, like, if I'm not mistaken, in New Japan, what was he wrestling every 3 months?
Yeah.
Every 6 months?
He was an attraction, basically.
Right. It looks to me like, maybe I'm wrong, but New Japan used to have weekly television. I don't know that they necessarily do anymore. I mean, from what it looks like, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think they have something weekly at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going back to the 90s,
yeah.
You know, and maybe the early 2000s. So I don't know. You know, everything I see on New Japan now just seems to be big house shows. You know, their main card shows every year, the Cups and the G1 and the Tokyo Dome and all that shit. So, I mean, people gotta kind of take, you know, that into consideration. And like I said, maybe I'm fucking missing something in terms of what he did in New Japan. I do remember the big matches: Jericho, Okada, Tanahashi, you know, that type of shit. So, you know, come on, relax, man. That's all I can say. Relax. And as far as people are like, oh, he's acting weird. I really felt like anytime I seen him cutting a promo in Japan, he wasn't cutting a promo straight. He was kind of going slow and talking in a more jagged way, because he was talking to a Japanese audience. So anyone who's Japanese who knew English could follow him without him running too far ahead of them when he cut the promo. I mean, what have you seen of Omega in Japan? Do you feel the same?
I mean, I haven't seen as much as you have, but I've seen enough to say that, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not like he's a completely different person here. When he goes heel, you know, he's not exactly the cleaner. He's kind of a little bit like there's a bit of a hybrid between that and something new that he's doing. So I am trying to take him for what it's worth here and not making comparisons to New Japan just because it's such a different environment.
I like what he's doing here. People say, oh, like the character is, to me, I get the character. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not.
He's like, a douchebag heel.
I'm not. Right, and he's a little like skitsy. You know what I mean? So it's, but I'm not out here like, oh, it's not Kenny from New Japan. So fuck, because in the ring he's Kenny from New Japan.
Exactly.
He's just got more. He's actually got more speaking character here. Over in Japan, how much did he really build his character speaking? It was more for me, from what I seen, more the outfits and the entrances and the in ring. You know what I mean? So just whatever, man. I mean, sometimes people can't really just shift gears. You know, like it's not like he's that far off on that persona. You know. Big Dub says, I wish Matt Sydal would have won only to have him some unpredictability in the show. I kind of thought the same thing. You could have used a interference to help Sydal win, but I don't think there's a strong enough person that Kenny's really butting heads with right now to cause an interference that would, go that far, be like, oh, now I got to interfere in his match and cause him the match. What I will say is maybe Rich Swann showing up and causing him the match would have been a fucking amazing piece to that puzzle. You know what I mean? Rich Swann jumps out of the crowd, smashes Kenny with something, Sydal wins. Kenny doesn't lose the belt, but Sydal now gets a chance at the belt. And of course, Kenny comes out on top. And on that, they beat the shit out of fucking Sydal after they win. They dominate him, destroy him. Maybe you have, the Bucks come out, maybe act like they're making a save, and they jump in, or something to that effect. You know what I mean? Dub, you like, just your comment there, like you kind of put that Rich Swann thing in my head. Like, that would have been a perfect opportunity to build that Rich Swann story going into that pay-per-view for Impact. So, kind of like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, altogether they're not having enough really, crossover as they probably should. It feels like they started that. They started doing that at the beginning, where you felt more of a crossover, like more of an interconnectivity, and they stopped that for some reason.
Yeah, and they're missing little opportunities. Like, that was just quick. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why it popped in my head. I kind of just dawned on me, oh, that's a great idea. Like, he didn't have to win straight up. He could have just had an interference. And then the first thing that came to mind was kind of like, there's nobody there. And then I just thought, oh, kind of he's doing that thing with Rich Swann. They're dissing Rich Swann over an Impact. Maybe Rich Swann's taking he's taking exception to it and come over and does what he does. And I think AEW needs to show a little more about what's going on with that. Show those promos before Kenny comes out. Kenny did this in Impact. Kenny and Callis did this to Rich Swann. Like you said, there just needs to be a little more what's going on, because they're almost like two separate entities at this point, which they are. But if you're gonna cross mingle, the way to build Kenny beating Swann is to make it a big deal. So if Kenny beats Swann when he wins the belt, it's a big deal. It's not just a big deal to me and you and the other people who are like the belt collector, Thanos, You know what I mean? Like, it's a big deal to everybody, not just the specific group of people who watch wrestling, So, anyway, let's see what they say. Some good chats right here. So let me see. SoCal Val's husband has replied to my Facebook post around this show, one step closer to begging her to come on. LOL. Which show? Our show? That's Simon. Simon says Rich Swann doing that would have been a great idea. Lots of missed opportunity with Impact and AEW. That's from Big Dub. 100% agree. I wonder if them signing Ethan Page pissed off Impact a little. Yeah, I mean, they got to know that some of these people from Impact are going to be coming over.
Sure.
Yeah, that was from Simon. So what do you have on this match? Anything specific?
I was impressed that it wasn't like a squash. I was worried that it might be. Like, it actually was an entertaining match. It was definitely not a very long one, but it was enough to show off both of them. And I liked it. It was, again, I don't think we see Omega enough necessarily wrestling, which again is fine considering he's the champ. But it was a refreshing way to open the show, to showcase him, to showcase Seidel, and I liked it.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree all the way. All right, so we move on to Hangman and Benoni. So I like Benoni. Okay, I think he looks good at times. He does have a tendency to get a little crossed up from time to time. I think once that gets cleaned up, I think he's gonna be he's gonna have a big impact in AEW if my feeling is correct. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like he's a big guy, you know, he's got a good look to him, and he can actually work. Again, aside from his work, I do think he gets a little missteppy at times, but I think he's gonna have an impact down the road. This match was just short and sweet. You know, it was for Hangman was gonna go over, and it was a pretty clean match in general.
There was an impressive spot where Benoni tossed Adam Page across the ring. Like, he didn't body slam him; he threw him across the ring.
Yeah,
that was actually pretty impressive. That's some good power.
Yeah, so. That was a 2-point match. You got anything for it?
Just that spot impressed me. I do hope that we, Benoni can polish up a bit and we could see him more in some big band type matches.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see him on Dynamite. You know, once they're on Dynamite, they're almost kind of just part of the main, the main roster. So. Did they ever announce he was official with AEW?
You know what? I have no idea, because to be honest, especially now with this thing with Red Velvet, I second guessed myself. I don't know who's really AEW and who isn't. It's like, if you've got someone who's on every single show and who's now officially all elite, who the hell? I have no idea. I really don't. I have a very unclear grasp now of what their official roster is and who is on these shows that is not officially part of the roster.
Yeah. Let's see. Simon says Alan has a bit of robot voice tonight, kids.
Really? Are you catching that?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's all right. It's not killing me.
Modem seems fine.
Simon says Benoni's had some real bad personal problems at the moment. His sister's dying of bone cancer.
Oh, shit.
His wife's a bone marrow match, but they won't let her fly over to donate. Damn, I didn't know
I didn't know any of that.
I knew he just had a baby with his wife. I didn't know. That's why he wasn't around for a little while. I didn't know that about his sister. That's, thoughts with her for sure. Big Dub says, well, all the Latin talk short circuit is AI. Simon says, Fuego del Sol has to be the next sign. Listen, I like Fuego, man, but Fuego, like, if you thought Ray was little, bro, Fuego's like me at 12 years old.
He's as big as a minute.
It's I like Fuego though. I think Fuego around as a hand is good. I don't know that they necessarily have to sign him. John says his video feed keeps freezing up. Looks like Max Headroom.
So I got to say that's very discouraging, because I thought that would be solved with me being where I am now. But
I mean, you were solved. I mean, maybe maybe some.
You know what?
Traffic
I know what it could be. The weather here is awful. It was raining a lot earlier. It's really cloudy now, so we could be having some disruption with the Wi-Fi.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
possibly.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What's next? What's Archer promo on Sting? I felt this promo like I don't know with Archer. Sometimes I like his promos, other times I don't.
Yeah, he's hit or
He's
miss.
hit and miss with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt he could have been a little more. I didn't mind the interview. I just felt he could be a little more aggressive. I felt it was a little too. Like eh.
Yeah, it was okay, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah. No, Jimmy, he does not hardwire. He should, even sitting next to it, he should just get one 6-foot wire that he could plug in and out every time he leaves. Look at the face. Look at the face he's giving me. This motherfucker talking about the Ethernet cable.
Well, I mean, I don't have a specific hardwire for this machine. It'll be interesting when I go back.
Oh, it's got that. You need that. The adapter.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting what happens when I go back to Burbank during the summer, because the hardwire I had there was for my old machine that the cable company set up, so I do not have a hardwire. So I will be on Wi-Fi there as well, and we'll see how that works out.
But you're basically in an open room with the modem.
Exactly. So it should be fine. So if anything, I'm going to sound echoey. But that's about it.
That's the thing. Once you kind of like have a lot of rooms and shit, and
yeah,
Wi-Fi starts to crap out a little.
Plus, more than one person is using it in the house. So.
Simon says Archer no longer needs Jake.
We haven't seen much of Jake, have we?
Yeah, I mean, he was there last week, the week before. I don't think he was there this week. All right, next up was Britt Baker had cut her promo after the match they had, and she had a great promo. Yeah. And she really does shine in the character. It's just sad that her in-ring is just not half as strong as her character. I keep hearing people say they need to put the strap on her. This is people like I listen to different podcasts, and they go, these are people that have been wrestling fans for a long time, and they're just like, they need to put the strap on her. She's next. She's got to be next. And I'm like, dude, what are you watching? Like, okay, I get it, man. I get it. She is such a good personality, a good heel. But I'm sorry, if you can't carry a match, you can't carry a world title. Yeah. That's my opinion. Because listen, man, there's going to be times you're going to need to carry who you're working with. And if you can't do that, you should not have the title. I really love what she's doing. It's a shame that she's just not caught up ring ability wise. It kind of just baffles me every time somebody's like, you got to put the title on her. Bro, like, think about it. Just stop and think for a minute. Just watch her matches. Yes, she had a great match. She didn't need to have a clean match the week prior.
I was going to say what happened the week prior was very much smoke and mirrors. A lot of that was entertaining because of the craziness that was involved with it.
Right.
But if that had been a regular, basic one-on-one, Thunder Rosa would have made her look like a freaking idiot. They're night and day in terms of how they perform in the ring with each other. I mean, it goes to show you the desperation of this division, that there are a lot of people who are begging her to get the strap considering she can't wrestle worth a shit. It shows how bad this division is, that you're only getting a few diamonds in the rough here and there. I mean, again, thankfully, Allie is going to be coming back in. So that she is somebody who is definitely a contender to hold the title, I think.
Yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. Yeah, there's some good intricacies there.
But this is good. I like the way she brought up McFoley. She basically just shot him right down.
Yes.
Foley actually tweeted back. He's like, he was very hurt by it, but that was pretty cool. He played along. But yeah, no, it was very entertaining. She's a female Piper without the wrestling ability.
Right. Listen, I would like her to be up to the level, but I'm frustrated when I see people say this. I know I just said it 3 different times, but it just frustrates me because you're kind of like, in a weak division, you want your champ to be a weak wrestler. It doesn't make sense. They know the division's weak, right? They know the wrestlers are young and they're all up and coming talent. And yet they want one of those green talents to be the world champion and carry the division, like carry the company for the females. And it's like, you got to kind of use your brain here. All right. It's just not a feasible option as much as you want it. And as good as she's doing, this is prime time for her to hold the title. Yeah. I would say, I believe it was Jimmy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jimmy did say, or I'll say it was Jimmy. I could be wrong. Her being a champion that always finds a way not to defend her title, may be a good way to work around that.
Yeah.
But if they give her the title, I don't think they're going to use that. You know what I mean? I don't think they would use that angle.
No, they'll still throw her in there.
Right. So, that's a good way you could give her the belt, have her defend it very, very sporadically. Even, not defend it until the paper, you know what I mean? Or just have her defend it against people to get reps in on, Dark and stuff, and maybe on Dynamite.
Yeah.
But nobody big, and then she'll only go against somebody big at a pay-per-view when she's kind of forced to. Yeah, it was Jimmy. Jimmy said it was him. But yeah, I just really like the promo. One thing about this is they did it with Kenny and Moxley as well. There's no bandages. They're not playing up the fucking injuries.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I was thinking the same thing.
She should have bandages on her head. Same with Rosa. What the fuck, man?
She looked way too clean.
That's visual.
Yeah.
That's visually perfect.
Yeah. And it would have made her promo even more impactful if she came out with her head bandaged up and, she was very much, selling that cut that she got. At least have something there. One big thing there would be enough.
Yeah, wrap her head or just a bandage with a fucking something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like they're eating themselves in the chest. I just feel like it was a missed opportunity. Even with Omega and Moxley as well.
Yeah.
Big Dub says Britt got her heat back. Simon says, did you notice Britt had the Mick Foley jacket wrapped around her waist? I did not notice that.
What wrapped around her waist?
Mick Foley jacket.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Jimmy says he wasn't really feeling the promo, honestly. Felt kind of flat. Simon says, all this coming from Bill, who thinks Allie is a clean wrestler.
She's not?
Yeah, I don't know what you've been watching, bro. Everything she's done in AEW has been good. And it's not necessary. Honestly, the biggest thing about the women is the wall of molasses, waiting around, slow, prodding into moves. Allie doesn't show me that. Allie shows me impact. Allie shows me aggression. Allie shows me fast speed into a move. She doesn't slow down before she runs over and knees somebody in the gut. She goes, and throws it into their gut and forces them down, forces their head down to make it look like the impact was there. I think you need to reevaluate what you've seen. Listen, I'm not saying I know Allie, but from what I've seen of her in AEW Wrestling, she's shown me she's one of the top women in the division. I got to do some research on Mel. I meant to. I got to know where the fuck she is. Man, I'm not on Twitter, so I can't even go on Twitter and look for her.
Yeah. I have no idea where she is either.
She's another one that should be in this mix. All right, let's see. Big Dub says, keep the belt off Botch Baker. Allie's way better than Botch Baker. And Simon says, Big Dub, shut up, Virgil. So HWO's eating themselves. He says, oh, how cute you try to jab. That fell flat a week later. Oh, man. Lose Rebel and cheat Rick style. That's what Jimmy says. I like Rebel. I think Rebel's a good... She's good with... it's good. It's a good pairing.
Oh, yeah.
Britt's lackey, and it's working
perfectly. I mean, I'll go with another Piper comparison. It's Piper and Orton. It's really it adds a lot to the entire persona to have a lackey like that. So yeah, I would not want to leave her without one.
Yeah. Simon says, I'm really annoyed that I'm finding myself agreeing with some of Bill's points this week. And Big Dub says, for shame, Simon. Oh, man. All right, let's move on from that because I definitely want to talk more to women once we get to that match. So next up, we get Christian. He's cutting he's not a promo. He's just they go to Christian in the back, and he's chatting with the Varsity Blondes and Dante before the Varsity Blondes and Dante's match. Dasha catches up with him. I mean, who doesn't love a little Dasha, right? So then, as she's talking to him, Frankie Kazarian cuts in and he starts asking Cage. He tells Cage he basically takes exception to the outwork everyone, and he says, "When is the work gonna come?" And then basically Cage says, "Listen, I'm free next week, and we're gonna, you're more than welcome to wrestle me." He said we have they said we have a history, blah blah. They basically have a history from when they were both in Impact, and they allude to it. I don't need to know about it. I get it. They obviously have a history. I don't need to know the history to realize they're telling me they have a history. So the fuck do I need to know their history visually? You know what I mean? I never saw it.
Same.
I just know they've wrestled.
Yeah.
I just know from their promo that they wrestled. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's all you really need.
Some people think that that's needs to be shouted from the rooftops and shown and understood. And why are you talking like people know? Like, because they just told you. Now you know. You know what I mean? You don't have to have visually seen the fucking thing. Somebody pull the plug on that Dollar Tree GoBot, please. That's Jimmy. Who are you talking about? Alan or fucking one of your guys? Who was a GoBot? Who were we calling a GoBot?
Oh, I'm trying to remember that now. I can't remember who you... Oh, I think it was Dub.
Simon?
No, Big Dub.
Oh, that's right, because he was with the fucking he's with the Mongols.
Yeah, the motorcycle gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
He took my former motorcycle gang.
Oh shit! All right, so after this we get Oh, the other thing is they used that moment for Kaz to promote AEW Elevation, Dark Elevation, which was good. It was good that they, Kaz mentioned that he had a match on there or whatever. So it's good that they're kind of intermingling that because, like we said, they're missing some things that they could do better.
Oh, yeah.
And this was one of them, and they actually had a nice little interweaving there. So next up, FTR and Spears versus Varsity Blondes and Dante. So the match was fine. I got to be honest, I didn't pay close attention. I saw Sean Spears took the pin, got the pin, which is funny because everybody's like, "Oh, Sean Spears is there to take the pins," and of course he gets the right.
He ends up winning.
Yeah, they want to shit on Sean Spears, any way they can, but. What do you got on this match?
I also didn't take too much on it. It was okay. It was. I'm finding myself less and less enamored with any of these tag team matches, even though I know this one we should have paid more attention to because it is Pinnacle. It was.
Yeah, but you know what? The Pinnacle. You know where the Pinnacle is going to shine is the promos before, the promos after. I don't necessarily have to watch every match they.
That is.
You know
true.
what I mean?
That is true.
Especially against a Varsity Blondes and Dante.
Yeah.
If it's Inner Circle and them, I'm watching it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in many ways, I felt that way about the old NWO. I mean, their matches were obviously better and there was more involved with them, but they were mostly entertaining because of their promos and their antics. So I guess that is something you can kind of see here, too.
Yeah, I didn't need to watch Scott Norton and Virgil fucking wrestling two jobbers. You know what I mean? So.
Oh. Sorry, just a quick note here. Simon says he's been booted from the chat.
Yeah. Did you do a lot of
Yeah, what
exclamations,
did he
Simon?
say? Oh, crap. Yeah, message deleted. Oh, shit. Hold on. I want to try to figure out what he said. Oh, wait, we won't know because everything is going to be deleted.
Nah, they deleted it. Well, you could view deleted messages. We can.
Yeah.
You can, right?
No, I can't.
Oh, you can't. I can because I'm
You're
admin.
admin.
I need to make you an
Yeah.
admin.
What did he say?
That's hilarious. I think it's he used a lot of dots.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So it's not just exclamation points, it's dots too.
If you use a lot of punctuation, you can't throw up like 10 question marks. Let's see.
So basically, I want to make sure I'm clear here. Punctuation is now hate speech. Fuck's sake.
Oh, shit.
For fuck's sake.
Oh.
That needs to be a shirt. That needs to be in our shirt in our drafts. Punctuation is hate speech.
Punctuation is hate speech. For some people it is.
Hell.
Oh, man. Jimmy says Alan sounds like Awesomeo 3000 from South
Yo,
Park.
dude, no joke. I mean, how am I sounding?
You're pretty rough this
I don't get. It's got to be the weather. It's got to be because the weather here. It's been overcast all day and all day yesterday too. It's got to be that. So apologies to everybody.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make you a admin in this chat. I don't even know how to do that. All right. That's it? Nothing much?
Sorry, I was distracted because I was responding here, dude. Simon's in jail, so we're trying to give him a sandwich. No, I mean that was pretty much it. I mean, yeah, it was a short match. Like I said, I'm like you. I find myself more entertained by their promos and their antics than the actual matches themselves. So it was okay for a tag team match. It was probably as clean as it could be.
Yeah. Simon just put like 7,000 exclamation points in the Skype chat. John's taking a little break from work, and he goes, Alan's using Mr. Microphone.
Stop typing. I'm not typing.
Jimmy says stop typing. You just
I was? Oh, because I was typing. Sorry, I was typing to Simon in the Skype chat. Sorry.
That's fucking hilarious. All right. Next up, we get the Team Taz promo. Taz says everybody in Team Taz is pretty much fine because Cage apologized to everyone. While he's saying this, Cage is really playing this well. I mean, I'm honestly, if you need someone, you could not have played it. I get where they're going with the promo. And you could have not played it better than Brian Cage played it. He fucking played that 1,000% perfect. The body language, the little like facial and head movements, and it was fucking flawless. If you watched him, he did a fucking great job. Shout out to Brian Cage for that.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, when you wanna he didn't overdo it either. He didn't look fake doing it either. Which it was just so good. I just really thought he killed it. Obviously this is leading to Cage and Team Taz going their separate ways. Because then Taz asks, is everybody okay? Everybody agree with this? Hobbs says yes. Hook says yes. Ricky Starks, again, he plays a good job. He does a good job playing up that he's fucking not agreeing with this. And he says yes, everything's fine. Obviously, this is leading to Cage and Starks.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be an implication with the FTW title of something. And then, finally, Taz asks Cage, how about you? Everything's good, Cage? He just pauses, and he goes, who better? That's his catchphrase for, So, it was the body language, the facial expressions. Fucking great. Cage really did a great job. Obviously not the biggest fan of the Team Taz stuff as it, unfortunately got very repetitive over that, Sting walking out, Team Taz popping up, But
it kind of worries me a little. I wonder if they're going to have this for 6 weeks in a row. Everybody okay? Everybody okay? Y'all okay? I can see them doing this for 6 weeks.
I think they got another week or two where they could kind of milk it, and then then they're in prime mode to promote it for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Which is the end of May, because we're coming up on April. You know, we're about in April. You know, 1 or 2 more weeks. It gives you about a month and a half to build. You know, so. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It's very clear they're continuing onto the split. What do you have on the promo itself?
No, it was great. Like you said, Cage did a great job. I mean, I'm a little. I think I mentioned this maybe last week. Of all the guys who could turn face, I'm kind of not happy it would be Cage because, again, he is the epitome of a monster heel. Anytime you got somebody that big, because once you become a face, you know, your character gets a little weakened, you know, in storyline, and it's just like he's
not in today's wrestling. All the fucking faces win.
That's true. You're right. What am I talking about? But
this ain't the 80s and 90s, bro.
Yeah, it's true. But I still feel like he works better as a monster heel. But we'll see. We'll see what he does with it. I'm not going to make any rush judgments. I want to see what he actually does with it. So, but otherwise, it was very well done.
Yeah. QT interview with Shivani. So, you know, they're out there on the top of the ramp. He basically saying I'm in Cody's shadow. You know, this has been my issue. You know, while Cody's going home tonight, my beautiful wife out there in the crowd is, you know, going to go to bed alone because I'm going to still be working. People don't realize, like, the things I have to do behind the scenes, like keep Cody's coffee warm, blah, blah, blah. You know, the funny part is that they show his wife after having this whole, like, Allie sugar daddy thing. It's like, you kind of fucking...
I had a big problem with that, actually. That was very bad storytelling.
It's just like you're fucking oblivious. Like, you can't just completely forget everything that happened.
Exactly.
I mean, you can forget it and leave it. Like, they'll forget angles and just walk away from them. I get that. But you can't just forget that he did that, walk away from it, and then have his wife out there and use his wife in a future angle. You know what I mean? Because then he just looks like a shithead anyway.
They did something similar recently. I'm only telling you this story because it involves Ric Flair. They did this recently in WWE. There's a female wrestler, Lacey Evans. She had a long storyline involving her husband and her daughter. And then all of a sudden, weeks later, she's having an affair with Ric Flair. And it's like, what the fuck? We just saw your husband and daughter. And it's not like they're not bringing up the husband or daughter ever again. She just decided to hook up with Ric Flair. It's just like, all right. But we remember what happened. This is not, we do have continuity in our heads. This kind of reminded me of that they're just, this happened, I don't know how many weeks ago, and they're just brushing along. Nah, nothing to see here. He was never with Allie. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid. You know, also on top of this, do I fucking care about QT Marshall? Does anybody care about QT Marshall? Why are they wasting time on Dynamite with QT Marshall?
Yeah, I think it's a waste.
Oh, sure, I've gotten matches because I'm Cody's best buddy and blah, blah, blah. You know, you're basically getting this because you're Cody's best buddy. You know what I mean? Like, stick to training, stick to doing backstage work. I get you want to wrestle, but it's like, I don't know anybody that's ever like, we need QT out there.
Yeah, he's milquetoast.
I've never heard it.
No, me neither.
I've never heard it. I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. He's a good wrestler. But I've never heard it, and I don't want it. You know? And, of course, Cody comes out to... I forgot. I apologize. I forgot. He challenges Cody to an exhibition. Right? You know, to prove that he's just as good as a wrestler. He's not just a lackey. So Cody, of course, comes out. And, of course, how does Cody come out? Not only does he come out with a headset like he usually does, he comes out with a lackey. Maybe that's part of the lackey story thing and, you know, bit heelish on Cody's part. That kind of just clicked in my head right now. But it's also something that's a pet peeve of mine. I believe you as well, where we're just tired of the, you know, I'm a backstage guy and I have to visually show you this every chance I fucking get or say it. So that was annoying. I kind of get it with the guy coming out to help him take the thing off or hold the microphone, whatever the fuck he was holding. Yeah. I get that, like, if they're playing that up, but it's also still like, I'd rather not have that thrown in, like, oh, it's another lackey. I always have to have a lackey around me if it means that you have to fucking act like an EVP as well,
Yeah.
So, or if you have to act visually like an EVP on screen. So, of course, like I said, he makes a show of it.
So he's going to be in ring shape next week? He still had a sling on.
Right, he had the sling on, and I think this is where they're going to play into. I have a feeling it's going to play into something. Maybe Cody might be turning heel. I didn't look into this kid coming out with him at the time, because he usually always comes out himself and takes it off or whatever and hands it to somebody. This time somebody actually came out with him, a young looking kid. So maybe it's leading into something. I beat you with my hand hurt, my arm hurt, or QT beats him and he go, my fucking arm was hurt, and I wasn't trying to hurt you. Maybe QT, maybe QT after Cody said, I'm not going to hurt you. It's an exhibition. You're my friend. I'm going to let the moves go. Maybe QT does the opposite and with the arm, hurts the arm, and now maybe that's a way for Cody to go away and have the injury angle, plus he's having a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever. I mean, who knows? I could go either way. A heel thing, or it could just be a way for Cody to go away for a bit, which they could have did with Penta. I mean, listen, how much more can they waste Penta? Penta fucking comes out with this fucking fire promo on Cody. They literally blow the match off in 1 week, and that's the end of it. And he loses. The fucking heel loses.
And he's a scrub now again.
What the fuck?
He's a complete scrub.
It just fucking disgusts me. Anyway, what do you have on the whole segment yourself? Anything particular?
No, it was, I do think they are going in the direction of QT going heel, because again, it's taken them 6 weeks to tell that story that he's going heel. So right. I don't think there's anything necessarily nefarious with Cody.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm okay
because I don't like this short-term storytelling shit, but he's not a guy that I care about.
Exactly. Whether he's a heel or a face, I'm not really going to care. Right. So this might be an opportunity to do something where they're going to get him over. He's going to do something dastardly to Cody. He's got the hurt arm, and then Cody goes away for a while, and that's how they elevate him, so to speak. So that's kind of where I see this going.
Yeah. Next up, we get Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid versus the Bucks and Cutler. Great match. I mean, all these guys can work. There's one thing I will never say is the Bucks can't work a good match.
True.
They can't sell a lick. I mean, I think Nick sells better than Matt, and Nick talks better than Matt. But in terms of just wrestling, not selling in their match, and no hot tagging, I think all these guys are fucking phenomenal. Even Cutler. I think Cutler's a great wrestler. Yeah. He's a really good wrestler. I wouldn't say great, but I mean, he's a good wrestler, man. So that was pretty much it. What happened at the end with Kenny? Did he attack? He came out. What'd he do?
Hold on, I'm looking at my notes here too. Yeah, because he came in. He nailed Laredo Kid with the microphone.
Yeah, that's right. He starts attacking Laredo.
That's
Kid,
right. Then he gets on the mic and he says he's getting flashbacks to 2019 at Fyter Fest, and he's trying to again bring up their history and essentially say, "Look, you're either with me or you're against me. Which is it?"
Right. And throw up the too sweet now.
Exactly.
I couldn't remember what he did just before that because I didn't take it in my notes. But now I remember him attacking Laredo with the mic. Yep. So yeah. So like he's basically given them the ultimatum, and of course the Bucks. I don't know where it's going. I still think it might turn out with the Bucks eventually coming back to the fold. I don't see I don't see how, but I just have this feeling. I just think Don Callis' promo just spoke a little too much to that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just think that promo was so good and so poignant that it just spoke too much for them not to come back to being heels. And of course, as the Bucks walk away and head up the tunnel, you get the Lucha Brothers basically super kick. I think Laredo Kid even, they all super kick Kenny. Yep. He turned right into it. It looked fucking.
It looks
great.
really good.
And he actually got caught in the lip. You could see he was shoot bleeding. It was pretty good. And then they're walking off. Callis is trying to wave him back, and the Good Brothers run out a little late, and it was a spur of the moment thing. So obviously the Good Brothers weren't late for any nefarious reasons. It was just like the time. As soon as they got kicked, they kind of ran out, and they're picking him up, and Kenny's playing all days, and he's like, "I'm fine," he's he's basically. I like the way I like how he's acting. I do. He's out of it, and he's going, "No, I'm good. You made a mistake." Whatever the fuck he was saying. I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but it looked great visually.
Did look
good. The Good Brothers are holding him up. He's barely standing. He's still talking like, "No, we're. So I enjoyed it. Anything you have about the match itself, or
no? I did like how they played at the end. I mean, because it does feel like they were just they're hemming and hawing with what they want to do here with the Bucks. So I like that he came out and just did the ultimatum. Are we too sweet or not? They finally just walk away. So we'll see where they take it from there.
You're gonna get a kick out of my notes. Autocorrect. So basically, Jay cuts a promo, right? It's not a bad one. It wasn't perfect. And then she calls out Ted Velvet. That's what my notes say.
I was like, wait, is that her husband?
So my notes say Ted Velvet. So it's just fucking my notes just auto-corrected to Ted. Or I just hit the T instead of the R because they're right next to each other.
That would be hysterical now if they do introduce someone who's Ted Velvet, like her husband. So okay, they're definitely watching this show.
That would be great. Definitely. Ted Velvet and Red Velvet versus Shaq.
And Ted Velvet's like 7 feet tall, so they could do a rematch with Shaq.
Yeah, we'll talk about why we think they listen to the show. So basically, Jay challenges Red Velvet. It basically says we need to do a one-on-one. Yeah. We had the tag match. Now I need to beat you one-on-one. So they're obviously going into a promo. And you have any insight on this promo?
No, I'm looking forward to that because I think they did a pretty good job. Yeah. I think that when they did have the tag match, they did really well. So again, Red Velvet, there are still a number of things that she does that's overly exaggerated in the ring. But other than that, if you have to list who's decent and who's not, she's definitely in the decent camp as far as for that division. So yeah, I'd be looking forward to seeing a one-on-one.
Yeah, gonna be interesting, especially the size difference.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, Red Velvet has to climb a ladder just to slap her.
I mean, they locked up. I mean, it looked pretty good too. So
They did a good idea. They did a good job with it, considering the fact that they're both really inexperienced and there is such a size difference that really could have screwed up their match. But no, they did a good job.
Yeah, I thought Red Velvet was pretty. She's pretty good. She's seems like she's got a lot more experience.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's very good. Like I said, my only knock on her is there's a number of things that she does that feel overly exaggerated. That she needs to calm down a bit.
Bowl mixing.
Yeah, the bowl, right. I know Simon likes that.
Yeah. All right. So next up, they get kicked over to a promo for a brand new show. Yeah. A brand new show on TNT. Oh, boy. Rhodes to the top. More Brandy and more Cody. Yay! They're getting their own reality show. And of course, it's got to be Cody and Brandy getting the reality show. So,
wouldn't have it any other way.
Honestly, I'm going to watch it. and I'm honestly interested in it after the promo that they ran. As much as I despise that it's always Cody, you know, I like insight like that. So I get a kick out of that shit. Obviously, it won't be fully legitimate reality, but just a little insight would be pretty cool. And hey, it might make me like Brandy a little more. Not that I even hate. Like, I don't not like her. I just think that she just stay out of wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
in the ring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Cut a promo, do some backstage. You know, manage somebody.
Yes.
You know, that's great. Do your backstage stuff, but in the ring, just stay the fuck out of wrestling.
Yes. She holds the patent for walled molasses.
Yes. So, you know, I'm kind of interested in it, and I'll enjoy it because I told you I was into the Total Divas I will watch. And it's funny, like I told you, mostly the reason I even watched that was because of Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
And then eventually, actually, Moxley was on there. Miro was on there. So it was cool to see these guys interacting outside of... again, it's a lot of stage bullshit.
And that's the problem. That's the problem I have with the show. I get it that it has an audience. But yeah, I feel like all this is going to be is a ripoff of Total Divas, of Miz and Mrs., right. It's all the same type of formula, and there's going to be a lot of orchestrated drama, and you already see from like the coming attractions for the show orchestrated drama. It feels like they're lifting a page directly from every single one of these other reality TV shows.
Yeah,
I used to watch that stuff. I stopped. Like I just dead stopped. It's so placid to me. I'm just like, eh.
No interest.
No interest. I used to have interest in this stuff, and I just stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I eventually stopped watching the other shows too, but they get convoluted.
Yeah.
You know,
And then it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing over and over again. It's the same formula, and it looks so formulaic, and that's what makes it feel so fake. So.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Look at this latest from Simon. Brandy carried Allie in their matches. What the? He's just trying to piss us off now.
I love Alan fucking clowning hard, just laughing in Simon's face.
Oh,
I love out of control laughing out.
Yep.
That's always the
best. That was great.
Mox and Kingston promo, you know, it is what it is. Not much to say there.
Yeah, it's the usual. It's the two of them together. You hurt my friend. Oh, you're gonna pay. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kingston is again another guy who I feel works much better as a heel. Much better as a heel. I don't like face Kingston at all.
No, I agree with you.
So
then we get Nyla and Ty Conti. So I know you've been waiting for this Ty Conti to, you know, get the shine, and holy fuck, she got the W.
Yep.
Surprised me.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. At the same time, at the back of my head, I was thinking, are they really going to have her lose 3 times? This is her 3rd match with Nyla. So in the back of my mind, I was thinking maybe they'll do something here, and they did.
They did.
So,
I mean, I think they're finally realizing Ty Conti's a pretty solid hand, and they need some solid hands in there if they're going to make the division what it's supposed to be, what it should be. Listen, the match was pretty good. It got a little weird near the end. It got a little slow and waiting, just a little awkward.
Yeah, I felt like they couldn't figure out what their finish was. That's where I was getting the feeling that when I was watching, I was like, are they not remembering how they need to close the deal here? Because it did feel like everything was really high impact until the end. And I don't know whether or not they were trying to either remember what they need to do, or especially considering what followed afterwards, if they were confused about their timing.
Right. Ty Conti wins. Nyla and Vicky attack her, and as they're attacking her, Shida comes out with the kendo stick. She had the title on her.
I think so. Yes.
This is one thing that's been annoying.
Yeah, they come out.
She slowly gets to the ring because she's got the title, And
it's like, I gotta help Ty. Wait, I gotta first get my belt.
Yeah. So like I've been walking around with my belt on my shoulder, like she's Tim Sylvia.
Yeah.
MMA fans will know what the fuck I mean by Tim Sylvia.
Yeah.
But she's like she walks around with the belt nonstop. It's like. So she kind of comes out. She's got to make sure it doesn't fall. She's walking out there. So she's not necessarily rushing out there.
She's taking her sweet time.
I mean, I got to say, she's looking looking good in that white suit.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, anyway. So I was like, whatever, take your time. So she cracks Nyla with the kendo, right? Good shot.
Good shot.
Good fucking shot. Not like that stupid microphone.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. And then she's selling it like she got hit with a rocket. So she cracks her. She jumps on her, and she jumps on her aggressive as hell. Which Shida has been early on. She was a little more like timid, lax, but then she started getting this aggression, which I think the women lack, and that's why I really like when she does that. It makes me feel like. She's in it, you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So I love that. While that's going down, Allie runs out, picks up the kendo stick, and fucking cracks Shida with it. She fucking cracked her hard as fuck too. So there's a lot of good kendo shots going around. I mean, they were hard.
She cracked Ty with it.
Oh, she cracked Ty?
Yep.
Okay, yep. My bad.
But it was a good shot. Like it looked like that really hurt.
You sure? Because Shida was attacking Nyla, didn't she?
Maybe she hit them both. I know she definitely hit Ty. Maybe it was both.
Yeah, she must have hit them both. So okay, there's a lot to unwrap here. As this is going down, Matt Hardy's out there. Obviously, because he's with the Butcher and the Blade, and the Bunny is out there. So it might be interesting to see where he ties in with the others, or if he's just sending her out there to maybe take stock of the women's division. Yeah. Matt basically says, he cuts a little promo, says the Women Eliminator Tournament was crap because Allie wasn't in it. And what the fuck did we say? What did we say?
I'm telling you. Tony's watching.
I don't give a fuck. They're listening. Number one, we've been saying the Bunny needs to be back.
Yep.
Number two, we said the same fucking thing.
Yep.
Why is the Bunny not in the fucking tournament? She was the only one that should have won the tournament. And on top of that, she should have took the belt from Shida.
Yep.
Maybe I'll be proven wrong down the line. Like I said, I have that small sample. From that small sample, I was impressed. Okay? Unfortunately, it was just a small sample. Now, we will finally get to see some more Allie. So, he basically says all his clients from now on will get what they deserve. So, he's obviously now pushed, he's gonna get her in the mix. He's gonna get her in a title mix, blah, blah, blah. So, also, the rankings, does Nyla and Ty in the rankings, does that, I don't know who, I think Ty was ahead of Nyla.
I believe
right?
so. I think that they made a note, they made a mention of that, yes.
Okay, so it doesn't hurt, it wouldn't have hurt Ty, it didn't hurt Ty or put her ahead or anything. So, all right. So, again, a couple great things here. Ty won. Ty Conti won the match.
Clean.
Shida looked, right. Shida looked amazing with the aggression and the kendo stick shot. That was hard as fuck. All right. And finally, I mean, probably the best thing to happen out of all this, the Bunny's back to wrestling.
Exactly.
The Bunny is back, bitches.
I'm telling you that they're watching. Like, I'm not even saying it ironically anymore. I think it's
I honestly think they do. I think somebody hears us. People accidentally tag us when they're trying to tag the Unrestricted Podcast, which is their official podcast.
That's right.
They've done it a lot, and I'm like, all right, we'll take it.
Yep.
You know, listen, unintentional. I mean, our uncensored thing is something that's tied to what we do on Facebook with all our groups. That's why we're the Uncensored Alliance. So that's where we derived the name from. I asked Alan if we should maybe. He said no. Let's run with it. So I said, all right, bet we'll keep it.
It works.
So
it works even more so.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, we get a little extra, you know, take a little shine.
Yeah.
So, all right, couple things real quick. This was the highlight probably of the night for me.
Oh,
yeah. Just because I'm happy that she's back. Shida came out looking good. Ty won. I thought that all hit very well. I thought that was amazing. Good shit for the women's division right there. Darby and Silver are up next. Now, with the bookends of the matches, both being great matches in my opinion, still I felt that the women piece right there was really good. Really, for me, like waiting on the women division to kind of fucking get something going. More, I mean, they've had, you know, but there's only so much you could do with Shida when it's the same few women that you're only using because there's just not enough women that can do what needs to be done. So now it's nice to have that extra in them. Ty's winning. Bunny's back. You know what I mean? So I like it. Jade's coming in finally, even though she wasn't part of this. You know, so I see a lot looking up. You know, Chris Statlander's probably going to be coming back sooner than later. So I thought that was probably, for me, the key to the show. For me.
I frankly would have liked them ending it with that. I thought that was a more impactful end than, but you know, that's me.
Nah, it just couldn't. That wasn't a main event caliber match. The two women, it just wasn't.
Oh, not so much because of the match itself, but because of the aftermath.
Right.
That's
right.
More for that reason.
So you get a little bit of that at the end. You get a little bit of taste of that at the end. So, all right. Darby and Silver. Now this was another great fucking match. So this was bookend by two great matches. You know, they both just put on a fucking. You know, I like John. I didn't shit on John. I just said John probably will not be anything more than a tag team guy. You know, I kind of take that back. I just said, like, his size, how short he is. I just don't know that. I could see him being a TNT champ.
Yeah, I think he can make that work.
I can, and I could see that he's a good wrestler, man. And I said that. I've always said that. I've always liked John Silver.
Yeah.
And John and Reynolds, but you know, I just felt very early on, I'm like, these guys will never, you know, they'll just never, because of John's size. I saw Reynolds as a guy that literally could break off on singles. He had a pretty good look to him, put on maybe a little more bulk, you know, and he would be a guy that can make a good singles run. And I kind of shit on John a little bit, and I want to take that back. It wasn't an intentional shit on. I just felt like he was so short of a guy that I don't really find him like someone that maybe could make this big singles run. But maybe not at the world title. I definitely see him as an upper or mid-card guy that can do some things with a TNT title or a third title, you know, be it like a U.S. style title or whatnot. So I want to take that back. I never said that John wasn't a great wrestler. I always liked watching John. I always thought he was good. So I'm just kind of in my head was thinking about this. So I just want to apologize for shit I said early on about John Silver. And it wasn't super negative. It was just like I just didn't feel he had the look to be a singles guy or a guy that can take some kind of run, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the more I watch him, the better I feel about it. And I also think that he maybe needs to dial back the BTE stick a little bit.
See, that's the thing.
Just a little.
I agree with you. Like, I feel like that's going to make it very difficult to take him seriously because of that.
I don't mind him being a little goofy because in the ring he's serious. That's like I said about Miro. I don't mind Miro being a loose guy but then he's a fucking beast in the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But don't be too goofy and be a beast in the ring. I think Silver's a little too Johnny Hungry. How about just like, and then he puts on this weird goofy smile with it. How about Johnny Hungry, and just say, I'm coming to eat, something stupid. Like, add something different to it. Don't just go, Johnny Hungry, Johnny Hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think there's a way to dial it back just 2 ticks, and you just make your character that much better. You're less of a goofball, because I don't mind you being a goofball, because that's why you're over right now, but just tune it back a little bit.
It will hold him back from doing anything significant on a title side or just being taken seriously.
Right, I think it just makes you a little too goofy. It makes you a little too goofy. It makes you look too cartoony.
Yes.
He's a little too cartoony.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So anyway, back to business. I'll say this, and I believe I said it. Darby Allin is the best seller in professional wrestling.
He's up there, man. No doubt.
I don't know who else sells better than Darby.
No doubt. Very impressive.
I really don't. I just every time I watch this guy, he makes his opponents look amazing, makes them look like $1 million. And listen, some of these guys are great wrestlers. It's not. I just mean he makes them look strong.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So they just had a great match. I have no in particular back and forths. However, during this match, Silver had dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah.
I believe it's when he hit into the rail or went over the rail there. They got on the mic. Darby got on the mic at the end, congratulated John or whatever, and told the crowd he wrestled half that match with a dislocated shoulder. So not sure how long John's going to be out. I'm wondering if Alex Reynolds is hurt right now as well, because he hasn't really done anything tag-wise with them too. So these guys might, John Silver might be out for a while.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not I'm looking to see if there's any news update, but I think it's still too soon probably for them to say.
At the end of this, we get Hardy attacking Darby. So then I believe Darby ends up putting him out, right? Yeah, Darby ends up taking him out. The Dark Order brawls with Hardy's crew. Ty runs out, and since Bunny's out there, Ty runs out and starts battling with Bunny. So there you go, right? Okay. They're continuing that earlier program, so it kind of has a little twist, like you said.
That's a good point now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, having that in there.
It brings that in, right? It brings in the Dark Order. It brings in the women, Bunny, Ty Conti's part of the Dark Order, pretty much, for the most part. So there's a good little thing going on here. I'm wondering if it's going to be Ty and the Bunny. They have a small program, and then Shida's going to end up taking on Allie, because Allie did come out. Let's not forget, attack Shida, then attack Ty, whatever. So I think that's leading into Shida versus Allie, and I think that's where the title change is going to come from.
Yeah, that's a good point. That makes sense as far as a path. Yeah.
So that's just the way I could feel it. I could feel it coming out. They're telling you in the chat, John is out 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, I guess considering it's a shoulder injury, it could have been a lot worse. That could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, for real.
So.
Jimmy says Eddy is the best seller. Or did you forget how he sold the barbed wire? That's hilarious. Who's Danhausen? I don't know Danhausen.
I don't either.
He says he needs to join the Dark Order. Simon says Spike Dudley sells better than Darby. All right, like I said, current wrestling, and number one, it's been a long time since I watched Spike Dudley shit. Fuck, I don't even remember Spike Dudley matches.
I was going to say, I wouldn't even think you would have watched Spike Dudley. That was all WWE.
Me? No, Spike was in ECW.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, no, I watched Spike Dudley. I just can't think of a match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy he says, okay, Vince. He calls me Vince, basically. Why are you calling me Vince, bro? Let me hear it. Simon says Allie isn't in the rankings. Brandy will forever be number 1 in waiting. Yeah, he says Ty's number 1. What else we got here? Yeah, it is out 6. Jimmy says Ty earned a shot so far. Allie just showed up and decided to wrestle. I think that's why it's going to be Ty taking the pinfall for Allie to lead to Allie going for the title.
Yeah. I mean, it is unfortunate that she's probably going to have her momentum stopped like that, but it only makes sense.
And it's temporary.
Yeah.
She's just getting her rise now.
Yeah.
So she's not going anywhere. She, in my opinion, is one of the 5 to 7 women wrestlers that are the key to this women's division.
Oh yeah.
In the near future.
For sure.
Obviously there's some further out in the future women who are gonna really be part of this division and really just be the building blocks on it. Jade, she's one. Chris Statlander.
Yep.
Anna Jay. These are women that are going to come a little later on, but I think Ty is a little closer to being a current building block to this women's division.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, over me being stuck on Silver size. That's what they called me, Vince. No, I wasn't stuck on it, man. I liked Silver. I think he was a good wrestler, and he looked good physically. I just felt like this height, I don't know, man. At the time, I just wasn't feeling it height-wise in terms of me buying into him being on a specific level of upper mid-card. You know what I mean? But I am. Listen, I am. I'm not, like, I change my Alan, how often do I change my fucking mind?
As often as I change what I have for dinner.
So never. No, I don't change. I stick to my fucking.
I was kidding. I was being facetious.
Like I'm so hard-headed. I don't change my fucking opinions. I don't change my opinions, and I changed my opinion. Again, it wasn't an opinion that I dislike him. It was just an opinion that I felt he wouldn't be a guy that could carry a title. Obviously, not the world title. I still believe that, but he could definitely be a TNT title. Champ. I honestly, like, I felt like this match, he was actually going to win the match. At times during the match, I thought he was going to win the match. And I wouldn't have hated it. I really wouldn't have hated it. I love the kiss going for the power bomb. The Brodie showing the Brodie love. So, of course, rest in peace, Brodie. God, I fucking still bothers me to this day. But yeah, let's see. Jimmy says, I'll quit AEW if that happens. If what happens, Jimmy? Who's Danhausen, bro? Just tell me who he is. I'm not going to fucking research a guy. Do you know who this Danhausen is?
I don't know who this is, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Bill's jealous of Johnny's guns. Yeah, Johnny's he's a fucking solid guy, man. Yeah, Johnny's hungry. Of course he'd eat me, fucking Simon. Don't you know? Johnny Hungee. Come on, man.
Johnny Hungee.
So, where the fuck did Big Dub go? Did Big Dub just bounce, bro? He's like, fuck this. But, uh-oh. He also did. Oh yeah, that's right. He did end his move. He did the Queen the Queen Slayer.
He did.
So that was cool. That was cool. Forgot about that. I don't know how I felt when they said that though, because it's like a guy doing the women's move with the Queen Slayer. They could call it the King Slayer at least or something, But no, I liked it. I did like. I'm being facetious, but that was cool. And okay, so he said he'll quit AEW if that happens, meaning if Ty gets walked over. Dude, it's gonna happen. It's
unfortunately inevitable.
I don't see it not happening. We just laid it out. I think it's really gonna be Ty is number one. Ali beats Ty. Ali gets a shot at Shida at Double or Nothing, and that's how it's gonna go. I don't hate it. I love Ty Conti. I think she's the future. She's one of the pillars right now of the women's division. She's worked her way to it. She's not going to lose anything. She'll go to number 2. You know what I mean? I don't have an issue with it.
No, I don't either.
I just don't have an issue with it because we've been talking about Ali for how long, and me and Alan honestly think she's the next. She should have been the next thing, and that's just
without a doubt.
It makes sense, man. I don't know. Go back and watch those matches she was having when her and Brandy were together. Just go back and watch her movements. It's not hard to see her versus all these other women in the ring. See the difference, see the impact, see the speed, see the not hesitating. So. Don't be upset with it, bro. Just accept that Ty's time is going to come later. Ty's going to be a champ. She's going to, no question, be world champ.
One day, it's got to happen.
There's no question she will be champ. I think Shida's going to go. It'll be almost a year now. She's a year now, or Double or Nothing will be a year?
I think Double or Nothing is a year.
Right. I can't remember exactly.
I believe it's going to be Double or Nothing.
I mean, listen, Shida carried the title throughout. She was a great champion. She definitely was the bright spot in the women's division. And come a year, that full year, she's now going to be the longest reigning champ, right? It's going to be something that other women are going to gun for. And it's time for her to pass it on to one of the heels. And I think Allie's that heel. And Jimmy says Allie just walking in and taking over reeks of WWE moves. Dude, it's not like you're coming at this all wrong. You're coming at this from that point of view. You're not coming at it from a who's ready to hold and carry the world championship point of view. If that's the case, then Britt Baker should be world champion.
Yeah.
Ty's at a level where she's almost ready. She's not ready. Allie, in my opinion, is a ready wrestler. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and she's shown it ages ago.
Yeah,
it's well overdue.
Simon says, "For fuck's sakes, is this the Allie podcast?" No, I mean this is something we're excited about. Me and Allie.
And again, we've been talking about. We're not off here. We've been talking about this for a very long time.
Right. We talk about it almost every other show.
Yeah, I mean, we started discussing this way back when she first started getting into the matches in the tag team tournament with Brandy. Right. So, this is not new.
So, it's not new. Okay, just go back and listen to us. Simon says, I always thought they should have signed Chrissy Jane when she was killing it on Dark. I mean, I doubt she's not far away. You know what I mean? And Simon says Allie is 100% not ready to hold the belt. Bill's opinion is incorrect. I mean, your opinion is your opinion. I mean, I disagree.
Yeah, who else is there?
Why,
I mean,
why do you think she's not? Why do you think she's not? Who would you put the title on right now? Simon, hurry up and type so we can finish this episode, because there's gonna be dead air waiting for you to give your opinion. He's so jealous that we have a Facebook chat that he's not in. Look at him. Simon, me and Alan will make a special Facebook chat.
And no joke, we were talking about this on this show forever. We've never really talked about this to Jimmy at all.
No. Well, we might have just in chat, just in conversation.
Yeah, but most of the discussion has been here.
Yeah, everything we've talked about that.
Oh, he says Ty.
Ty. I wouldn't hate it, but I just don't. She's not ready.
Oh, so does Jimmy.
Jimmy says
yeah.
Ty as well. We disagree. I mean, it's no surprise. We've been talking about this for a while, so we'll leave you guys to your opinions. And the other thing you have to, okay, all right, real quick. The other thing you have to look at is Ty is basically a face. All right. Shida came out to help Ty. You can't take the title off Shida and give it to Ty. It's a face. Like, you can. There have been, there are always face matches and shit, but it lacks importance if you take the belt off Shida and give it to Ty, as they're both faces. All right. Now, if a heel takes it off Shida, a heel has ended Shida's 1 year reign. If Ty ends Shida's 1 year reign, you can play it up like, oh, Ty has come a long way. She was able to stop the reign of Shida. But do you really want to, take that heat and give it to a face?
Right.
Or give it to a heel? Because the heels with the heat is more important than a face. The heels could put heat on the face.
I mean, Ty can certainly go heel, but the thing is, she already had like a very, very, very brief run of that with Dark Order. And then they
and she wasn't even.
She wasn't even really a heel, exactly.
She was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to use the chair.
Right, right. It's for a hot minute.
Right, and like take it like this also. Allie takes the title. Now, who do you think she's gonna wrestle first for that title? She beats Ty to get the number 1 to win the title. She wins the title. Now Ty gets a get back.
Yeah.
So they have a 6-month program. Ty wins. She's the champ. Or they don't have a 6-month, or whatever the next pay-per-view is. Obviously, I wouldn't want Allie to lose a championship in 2-3 months, but definitely 6 months. You give her a 6-8 month run.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you could always, you start it with Ty. She does some other stuff in the middle, and you bring it back to Ty, and Ty wins the belt. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I definitely see Ty as a champion. I just there's no transition there, face to face for me. I don't like it. It's bad enough that faces win every fucking match currently. Now you're gonna put face on face and have a face beat the longest reigning champion. Yeah. You know what I mean? Simon says Statlander was voted the best indie female for the year before she was signed. Yeah, listen, she's good. She's young. She's sloppy. And she misses a lot of spots. She'll do a kick that totally misses people.
Yeah.
She's done it multiple times. I like her. Unfortunately, she needs a shit ton of work. She's just as green as Britt Baker is. All right, whatever. These guys. All right, done with the chat with these guys. Now we're getting nowhere. So this is the end of the show, guys. So like, share, subscribe, please. If we get to how many likes? 40
30.
Likes, was it?
We're at 60 right now.
You sure I said 30? I thought I said 40.
It's 30.
Okay.
We upped it a little bit to 23. Yeah.
30 likes, and HWO will take over the show. Like, legit take over. They will be the voices on this show.
That could be for number 50.
We will be the background, yeah, and we'll try to do that for number 50 if things work out well. So, like, share, subscribe. Please hit the bell. Get the notification when we go live. UncensoredAlliance.com is everything we do. Fuck Twitter. AEW Uncensored Podcast @gmail.com is our email. Send us an email. Love mail, hate mail, questions, comments, statements. Something we said that you disagree with or agree with. I'd like to hear, from you guys about Allie. Let me know in emails what you think about Allie, or even comments in this video. I'd like to hear what everybody else's opinions is on this. Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast. Throw it in the search bar. Like the page. Join a group. We have a page and a group. We're on all third-party podcast applications. Also, Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, and iTunes. Please rate and review us on iTunes. Please. Again, if you don't like us, please rate us. If you love us, please rate us. I mean, we got a fucking hate rate. We got a hate rate. That means that our fans who like us, I apologize, our listeners, fans is a weird word because we're not like famous fucking people, but our listeners who like us won't go out of their way to show support and try to help us get to more of an audience. But somebody who hates our fucking guts, gave us a fucking 1 star and told us how bad we sucked. They went out of their way. This is someone that hates us.
Yeah, they took the time to do it.
You know? Skype link is in the chat. I mean, Skype link is in the description of the podcast and the YouTube video description. So click it, send us a message. We'll add you to the chat. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. HWO, Uncensored Fam. We love you guys. And we will see you next week at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Sunday. We love you.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.